The Datsun Nissan 720 pickup truck production years were 1980 through 1986 and through 1991 in Mexico. It was called the Datsun 720 from 1980 to 1983, and on the 1984 models, they used Datsun and Nissan badging, with a Datsun by Nissan badge on the front fenders and the tailgate. This was done at the new assembly plant in Smyrna, Tennessee, and were the first American-built Nissan pickup trucks that were called a Nissan 720. It was available in two different models, regular cab and king cab, with the regular cab, short bed, and the long bed available, all with two doors only. Trim packages were GL, which was the base model, the DX, the deluxe model, and ST, the sport model. They also had Little Hustler and MPG models. All models were available in two-wheel drive and four-wheel drive. The 1980 to 83 models had single-wall beds with outside rolled lips and rope ties. The taillights were on lower valance. These vehicles were badged with a small Datsun logo on the driver's side of the grille, a raised plastic Datsun badge on the front fenders, and a large Datsun embossed on the rear tailgate. The early 1984 models still had the single-wall beds and rope ties, but used the new taillights. They had the new Datsun by Nissan emblem on the front fenders and the Datsun by Nissan on the rear tailgate. The rest of the 1984 models used the new double-walled smooth side beds. Now let's talk about the different trim levels that were available. The first one was the standard or GL trim. It had a vinyl bench seat with cloth inserts in either blue, black, or tan. Factory air conditioning was optional. It had a simple gauge cluster with just speedometer, fuel, and temperature gauges. Radio and cruise control were options that were dealer installed. These were available in short bed or long bed. Plus, there was a cab and chassis model, which had dual rear wheels as an option. The DX models came with factory air conditioning, an AM/FM radio, tachometer, and a clock in the gauge cluster. Plus, you had an optional sliding rear window and cruise control. The two-wheel drive deluxe model still had a front bench seat. The four-wheel drive model had two bucket seats, plus a center console that had oil pressure and voltmeter gauges. For the ST or Sport package, both two-wheel and four-wheel drive came with standard factory air conditioning, plus the tach and clock, but both had bucket seats with a center console. The XE or luxury model was only available as a two-wheel drive with a king cab. It had two-tone paint, chrome bumpers, mirrors, and grille, and also featured a sunroof. On the inside, it had bucket seats and a console, plus wood grain on the dash and the doors. Also, it was the only package where power windows and locks were standard. This was the top-of-the-line model for the 720. They also had the Little Hustler model, which was a bare-bones strip-out model. It was only available as a regular cab with a short bed. Starting in 1984, they had the Bushmaster model, which was similar to a Toyota 4Runner. This was made from a king cab four-wheel drive model that they welded the cab and the bed together. It featured a custom bed topper, and the interior was fully carpeted and had a folding rear seat, similar to the Toyota 4Runner. This was an aftermarket dealer-only conversion done in the USA only. They didn't make too many of these, so your chances of seeing one are pretty slim. Okay, that's your brief history of the Datsun Nissan 720 pickup truck. Thanks for sticking around. If you made it this far, please consider subscribing. Please give the video a like, share it with your friends, and thanks for stopping by. We'll see you next time.